actually delve into something that's quite serious and that has to, actually benefit the entire country. My name is Raymond Okolo. You can call me the biggest of them all, the big man on radio. And I still have with me right here Dr. Oluwafolakemi Yemiton with me right here.
And I welcome our listeners to the program.
Because we are coming through from, the aspect of VAT. That is what we want to look at for today. Talking about the fact that federal government raked in 10 trillion naira from collection of VAT under the Buhari regime. And we want to, take a look at that, how they went about getting that, and then what, they are seeing at this moment as well, too, as regard the VAT increase and all of that, possibilities of, maybe increasing from where we are at this moment to something new, and the challenges that might actually come through with that increase as well. So, and also the benefit, like I said, we always do 360, which is we take a look and then we give a 360 view on this issue. So we must actually weigh from the positive side and then the negative side as well. So yes, like I told you, I'm not alone. You've heard the voice of Doc, as we are going to be doing this one together for today. And that is basically what we want to talk about this morning.
Talking about VAT in Nigeria, it is a consumption tax paid on goods and services. We need to break it down so that we get to understand what we are really talking about. So we know where to shook mouth and what to say concerning this. So the federal government has raked in 10.1 trillion naira from the collection of value-added tax under the regime of the President Major General Muhammadu Buhari, retired. This comes against the backdrop of the advice by the Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, that the incoming government should increase the VAT from current 7.5% to 10%. So if we remember, on March 17th, Finance Minister urges incoming administration to raise VAT to 10%. That's this month, March 17th. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Mrs. Zainab Ahmed, urged the incoming administration to increase, I've said that, from the current 7% to 10%, saying this would stimulate the country's economy. The call is on the new government to decide, not this present government, that if they've done one already, and May 29 is just very close to us here. So they're increasing it under the present regime of the president now. It will be like a burden to everyone into business. So with the amount generated by the federal government, 1.1 trillion naira, according to reports obtained by National Bureau of Statistics, I'm thinking that coming now to say that it should be increased would be a burden on the people in the first place. Because when I calculated the amount, let me explain this. Let's say we have 600,000 naira as someone that sells goods to somebody, and 600,000 is being paid to the person's account. If we calculate 0.7075 times 600,000, it shows that the person is paying 45,000 naira as tax. In sub-Saharan Africa, the African average is 18% when you increase your VAT, your gross domestic product. GDP will grow, she noted that. So, like I said, VAT is 7.5% right now, and administered by the Federal Inland Revenue Service when goods are purchased and are rendered, and it is borne by the final consumer. So, revenue generated from VAT is usually disbursed to the three tiers of government through the Federation Account Allocation Committee. Analysis of reports obtained from the National Bureau of Statistics showed that VAT earnings continue to rise annually through 8-year period of this regime now. The significant increase in VAT collection in the past 2 years is not unconnected with the decision by the federal government in 2020 to increase the VAT rate from 5% to 7%. This was part of the tax reforms included in the 2019 Finance Act, meant to help the government achieve its revenue projection. So meanwhile, economists have cautioned against raising the VAT from 7.5% to 10% by the incoming administration, as they argued that it would stifle the country's economic growth. So this is coming from the economist now, calling the attention of the Minister of Finance that if this is increased to 10%, it will do what? It will stifle the country's economic. This is what we are going to be discussing today. Should it be increased truly, even though it will be a benefit to the country? But to me, it's not about increasing it now is the matter, but how the money is being spent. We have a lot of debt we have on ground already that the country is owing. And this is a very good avenue of generating income to the country. So what, even though the breakdown of what the money was used for is not really added to the news coming out from the Bureau of Statistics, but my concern now is that how is this money being spent? And this will be a burden to everyone that is into business or money is entering their business accounts, because it will be removed, it will be paid, because the final consumer borne the amount to be paid. So it's going to be a burden to people, number one. And how is this money being managed?
8 years, they've been able to rake in 10 trillion. That is a huge amount of money. Not million, not billion, but trillion. 10 trillion naira they were able to rake in within that period. So it means that there's a lot of money to be made. And we want to take a look at all of those things and more. Understanding the impact of the proposed increase in VAT rate, what would that mean for Nigerians? That is what we are trying to find out. It would reduce budget deficit, and by implication the debt that would have been acquired to fund the minimum wage would have actually been reduced actually. So it's a good one. But at the same time, I think the downsides will be higher inflation. A lot of people are complaining about if you want to increase VAT, what about minimum wage as well? So it has to be increased. It has to go side by side, because you cannot increase this and then you have more money to pay to the government and you're having less for yourself. So it has to go side by side. But how do they balance it? And then Doc has made something as well, to an observation. If you are making all of this money, 10 trillion, why do we still keep borrowing? What is this money being used for? What are they being used for? You're coming out to give us that you've been able to make 10 trillion within the past 8 years. You should also come out to tell us, within that past 8 years, this was what we used the 10 trillion naira for. So that, yes, there should be a little bit of accountability right there. Exactly. You should be able to account for every single penny, because you are in public office. You are not in your personal office. It's not a private business. It's not a private business. It's not your own family business as well too. So you should be able to make this known to the people, not just come out and tell us audio that this is audio money we made. We made 10 trillion naira. Okay, what was it used for? I think the government can actually use this to to a positive side or a positive note. They can actually balance this in a way, but that would mean that there will be an increase rate, which would exactly translate to a perfect 50% increase in VAT collection. And what I mean by this is, if you can actually create opportunities for businesses to thrive, and then from each transactions that those businesses do, you get your VAT. But you first and foremost have to give them a platform for them to be able to excel. Give them rooms, not just try to stifle some of the things they do with some policies that the government keeps on bringing that affects the business people. If you can do it in a way whereby the businessmen, businesswomen are able to go about their businesses with a little bit of freedom, and then have more access to different things as well, so that would in turn give them more money, and then they'll have more transactions going on, and you get to also collect your money. So the government has a huge role to play, and then it all boils down to them, really. So actually it boils down to them. If you can increase the minimum wage, and then try to create more avenues for businesses already existing businesses, and then even new businesses to excel, I think that would give them more viable reasons to actually come up and say, okay, let's increase the VAT. 10 trillion naira was made within that period. We said, fine, that is a good one, but what was it used for? And now we're also hearing there's a possibility as well to that there might be an increase, but they are saying that it should be left for the new administration to come in and then do that, so increase it from 7.5% to 10%. Do you agree that the new administration should increase the tax from 7.5% to 10%, or do you think that maybe they should try to first and foremost cushion the effect of that increase in tax by probably increasing minimum wage, and then also increasing opportunities, giving business owners more opportunities for them to actually go about making more money for themselves before you get to increase the tax? Like we're talking about the fact that if they increase the tax, what would the impact be like? Then, for me, I believe that if the government wants to actually get people to trust them more, there's stuff I've seen. I think in America, what they do is that they're able to actually see to it that there'll be tax refunds in some cases. Maybe you've paid over, you've gone over, they will actually refund that tax to you, get your money back to you, that it comes back to your account. And you see people always looking for tax refund. In some cases, maybe they feel that they have not really gone up, or they've gone above, and they feel that, my money don't go. But no, the government would actually refund that to you. That would give you that feeling like, yes, my government actually cares for me, and then my government wants me to get to experience good things, and then you'll be free to actually want to pay more of the taxes. Yes. But in a situation where that is not the case, it becomes difficult for anyone who wants to actually pay tax. The reason I'm saying, yes, I'm paying tax, what is it being used for? All of this money, we've spoken about it, 10 trillion in the past 8 years. That is a huge amount of money, and it kept on increasing every single year. What was it used for? Did we increase did our educational sector get better? Did our health sector get better? Did we have more roads being constructed? Did we have children in school being catered for as promised, feeding them free, and then even providing free education for a certain people? Did we do all of these things with the money? Like we made mention to you, it will go to the 3 tiers of government, through the federation account, but what is it being used for exactly?
We should know that what we are buying lesser today will definitely increase. Definitely. So the cost of goods will increase in a rapid way. So it will also affect the citizens. So no matter how is the person that receives the money that is going to pay the tax, out of you buying a cost goods now, in one way or the other, you've paid tax already yourself, and you go about paying tax for yourself even in another way, because you will definitely pay for yourself. Yeah. So are we now seeing that coming already? So it's going to affect everybody. So on my own part, I think it should still maintain like that, because of you gave us examples of what the impact will be on the citizens already. So I just want to shift that in, that goods will increase rapidly, the cost will increase, and this will affect us in one way or the other.